One of the first topics you're going to discuss when negotiating a real estate purchase or sale is who's going to pay for title. What is title? Who does it? How does it work? Stick around and find out. So Aimee, as realtors, when we are negotiating a residential contract for folks, one of the first things that comes up is who's going to pay for title. In Florida, closing can be handled by a title company or an attorney. What's the difference between the two?
The difference between closing with an attorney's office or with a title company comes down to representation. A title company is able to represent the transaction as a whole, whereas an attorney's office would represent either party in the transaction. If something comes up during closing that requires an attorney for the document to be prepared, we have an local attorney in town that we can refer the business to.
What should people be prepared to provide to their title representative? And then what does that closing process typically look like?
Sure. So prior to closing, the closing agent is going to need to confirm some personal information from both the buyers and the sellers. We're going to need copies of their driver's licenses, personal information so we can figure out how they would like to title the property, as well as confirming citizenship for both buyers and sellers to make sure that all documents are properly prepared for closing. On the closing day, and as we get closer to closing, we're also going to need to know if the parties will be physically present to sign, or if we should prepare for mailaways or remote signings. With finance buyers, we prepare for an hour-long signing appointment for the loan package, since there are a lot of lender documents that need to be signed, witnessed, notarized, and blue ink originals are usually needed from lenders. For sellers and cash buyers, those appointments can take 30 minutes or sometimes less. The cash documents are a lot smaller than the lender package, and the sellers need to be prepared to sign a warranty deed that does need to be witnessed by two people and have a notary public also present for that signing.
Into costs, that's one of the questions we get quite a bit as realtors. What do you typically tell people to expect for costs associated with a closing?
The most important closing cost from a title standpoint is going to be the owner's title insurance policy. As you mentioned earlier, that's how we decide who picks and pays and who drives the contract. The owner's title insurance policy, no matter what closing agent or title company you use in the state of Florida, it's a promulgated rate. So it's going to be the same across the board, and it's based on the purchase price. At www.prooftitle.com, we actually have a title rates table. If you know what your purchase price or suggested purchase price might be, you can take a look and it'll give you a flat fee there. There are other fees that go into that, such as the title search, the municipal lien search, and other recording fees and things of that nature. So you are always welcome to contact me if you want a more specified title quote. I'd be happy to provide that for you.
Another question that comes up, especially here in Florida, is homestead exemption. Can you just give us a light overview of what that is and how it works?
Of course. So the homestead tax exemption is a benefit for when the property is a primary residence. Homeowners would be eligible to get up to $50,000 off of the assessed value from the tax collector. If they have any questions on applying for homestead or what the homestead process looks like, they can contact the property appraiser for their specified county.
And so lastly is Proof Title. Where do we find your office?
Of course, since we are in-house title for Preferred Shore, we work out of the Preferred Shore office locations, such as the downtown Studding Sarasota office that we're here at today.
Awesome. I look forward to our next closing, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Rich.
I want to thank Aimee from Proof Title for her time today, giving us a little education and insight on title and the process. If you're interested in learning more, get in touch and be well.